finish the text. So 109. A precious mind that is free from afflictions. This is the most unique, excellent jewel. It can be neither harmed nor stolen by the such ropas as the man of afflictions. In number 110, just as aspirations of the Buddha and the Bodhisattvas are unsevered, likewise those who immerse themselves in the awakening mind must hold firm through thought. 111. Even with wonder you should strive as explained here in the preceding lines. Thereafter you will yourself realize samandabara. Samandabara, all good. Samandabara means good, somewhat, all good. Samandabara, great enlightened deeds. 112. By pressing the awakening mind held on excellent concourse, the incomparable merit I have obtained today from this act. May through these all sentient beings submerged in the waves of existent ocean, travel on the path of trodden by the letter of the I, bipeds. These conclude a commentary on the awakening mind, composed by Indian great master Arya Nagarjuna. It was translated and added by the Indian abbot Guttakara and the Tibetan translator Rakshi Shamsen, and was later revised by the Indian abbot Kanaka Varma and Tibetan translator Paksat Nima Tak. He is very, very famous translator. All the can do maybe lots of Paksat in the Tibetan translator. So this finish this text commentary. So I will read from the beginning a little bit. Beginning Sanskrit title Bodhicitta Vivarana, Tibetan Jamjut Semji Telpa. Homage to the glorious Vajrasattva. It has been stated it devoid of all real entities, utterly discarding all objects and subjects, such as aggregates and elements, sense fields, due to the sameness of selflessness of all the phenomena. One's mind is primordially unborn. It is in the nature of emptiness. Just as blessed Buddhas and the great Bodhisattvas have generated mind of great awakening, I too shall from now until I arrive at the heart of awakening generate the awakening mind in order that I may serve those who are not saved, free those who are not free, relieve those who are not relieved, and help thoroughly transcendent sorrow those who have not thoroughly transcendent sorrow. Okay. Finish the commentary. Now, we have Bodhicitta. This text is two bodhicitta. Conventional and ultimate bodhicitta. This takes it all, right? So we have first what is the benefit of meditating on the bodhicitta mind, right? 10 benefits, but according to the Shantideva's first chapter, titled Bodhisattva of Love. But I can make a very summary like this in the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra. When those who have the seed of the Buddhi mind, the mind aspiring to enlighten, see their mother beings wandering on the dangerous, endless mountain cliff of cycle of existence with no wisdom eye. How can they bear to abandon them in this extremely piteous situation? Of course, they would selflessly jump to rescue them from this unimaginable danger. This is the nature of Bodhisattva. This is bodhicitta means. That's the benefit. Then Nagarjuna said to the letter to a friend or disciple, even stupid animals such as cows know how to rescue themselves from suffering. They know how to get water when they suffer from thirst. They know how to get fresh new shoots when they suffer from hunger. Thus, being concerned about our own suffering is not the wise way of thinking. It's an ordinary way of thinking, right? Bodhisattvas always neglect their own happiness and wisely concern themselves with the benefit of countless other beings. This is their significant quality. Through this, wise ones are not only able to accomplish their own highest happiness, but are also able to fulfill the needs of countless other beings. There's the quality of bodhicitta. Shantideva said, we have been accumulating immeasurable, powerful, non-virtuous karma since beginningless time. These cannot be purified any virtuous practice other than bodhicitta. That is the purpose of meditating on the bodhicitta mind. Why we need to meditate. Now bodhicitta mind, we are going to meditate on the yoga of generating own mind. So His Holiness said this is very good. Yoga of generating own mind. So yoga of generating own mind means conventional bodhicitta and ultimate bodhicitta. All mind is two mind. So conventional bodhicitta, after analyzing and we have analytical meditations, and after finish, then that conventional bodhicitta turn into the full moon at your heart, bright full moon, and you can concentrate full moon at your heart. Then the ultimate bodhicitta, right, which is wisdom realizing emptiness. So through analytical meditation, all finish, we will turn ultimate bodhicitta into the white vajra with 5 peaks. and concentration. So we are going to meditate on this. It's called the yoga of generating all might. Tibetan. So what we are generating is conventional bodhicitta mind and ultimate bodhicitta. First, analytical meditation, then single-pointed meditation, concentrate on the moon. This is symbol of your conventional bodhicitta mind. Second, analytical meditation on the emptiness, wisdom realizing emptiness, and then finish that wisdom realizing emptiness turn into the white vajra with the 5 peak and single point of concentration. So this is called His Holiness said, yoga of mind generating all. So His Holiness said, he often meditates 3 times per day, morning, afternoon, and evening. So we are going to meditate on this. First, now when we talk about the bodhicitta mind, there are 2 lineages, right? One lineage is coming 6 cores and bodhicitta mind. Second, exchanging oneself to other. These 2 lineages. So first lineage, 6 courses in Buddhi mind is coming Buddha to the material Buddha, Asanka, and then it goes to the Indonesian master Amaraksita, and then Atisha, and then go to the Lama Tsongkhapa or to His Holiness till you teach. Second, exchanging oneself to other, right? Lineage, Buddha passed to the Manjushri, in Manjushri, Shantideva, in Shantideva, Adisha, and then Amaraksita, then Adisha, then Lama Tsongkhapa, then through your root guru. So that's the lineage of the bodhicitta mind. Okay. So lineages are very important. If there's no lineage, there's no blessing. If there's no lineage are just like, remember, electric with wire. You have electric power station, but no wire, then you can't cook anything, no wire. Electric there, right? But you need wire, and then through wire, then you can do all the light, cooking, gas, whatever coming, right? So lineage are like this. Electric power station, and then through power station, then we get everything. So blessing. So this is the lineage of Buddhist mind. And now first is exchange, and first is we call the 6 courses in Buddhi mind, right? So first we meditate on equanimity, equilibrium. Equanimity is like fertilizing the ground. Equanimity, fertilizing ground. So you make ground very soft, right? And then seed is like compassion, seed. And then fertilizing with water, other cooperative causes are like loving kindness. So then you will grow Buddhi mind. First, equalizing is like a ground, fertilizing, smooth, make even. And then you put the seed, it's like compassion. And then you have fertilizing water, other cooperative forces are like loving kindness. Then bodhicitta, then ordinary seed grow, like fertilizing seed, cooperative, and then you seed grow, and you will get the fruit. Similarly, bodhicitta mind like the equanimity is number 1. Number 1, we have to meditate on the equanimity. That's not included with the 6 courses of equanimity. It's by making your mind more smooth, balanced. once you have equanimity, right, then you have to meditate on the sixth course is recognizing all beings and mother. This is very difficult to believe. Because first, we are not thinking this, our thinking is ordinary mind. Second, samsaric mind. Third, we are only thinking about this life and not thinking about the future and past. So future and past, our mind cannot perceive. So this is why recognizing beings our mother is very difficult to believe. You can say, oh, nirvana does not exist, no karma exists, no future past life exists. But then you have to ask question, why nirvana does not exist? Why past, future life not exist? If you answer like, because I cannot see. So that is not valid, that's not valid proof. If something you does not see, does not mean non-existence. Right? So this is, Dharma Gita says, very difficult to believe, recognize all beings a mother, you have to believe past, future. Our future, our mind are unable to perceive. Plus ordinary mind, we are not thinking that way, right? So if we ask why past, future does not, I cannot see, then that is not valid for what Dharma Gita said. Something you cannot see does not mean non-existence. So what we have to do is, first we have to prove from the external things. Right? Dharma Gita said. Everyone believes external things, right? So take example of you may have rose flower, you bought from the supermarket. So you external, you see. And then some may ask you, where does this flower come from, rose flower? You may say, it comes from the seed of the rose flower. Have you seen the seed? No, you didn't see the seed. But you believe it comes from the seed. You bought rose from the supermarket, right? Bunch of flower. Somebody asks, where does it come from? You may say it comes from the seed. Have you seen the seed? No. But you do believe coming from the seed. And then ask you another question. Where does that seed come from? You may say it comes from another seed. Where does that come from? It comes from another seed. And there's no beginning of this seed of the rose. How can we pinpoint this is the beginning of the seed of this rose? It comes from another, it's just beginningless. So if you believe something like that, then you have to ask, where does your today mind come from? You may say from yesterday. Where did your yesterday mind come from, day before mind? How far you go like this? It's like beginningless. That's one way. And then another way, Dharma Gita said, if we one family, one baby born, right? Two babies. One family had two babies. One boy, one girl. Same parent, right? So these two babies, different mind. One is very wise, one is very dumb. Same family. So Dharma Gita said, where does this coming from? Baby body is given by the parent, but these two babies, same father, same mom, one is wise, one is dumb. Why? He said, ask question, One is wise, one is dumb. But if it come from the parent, then both should be wise or both should be dumb. But no, they're different mind. One is very wise, one is very dumb. So this show us that the baby body is given by the parent, but mind is not given by the parent. If the mind is not given by the parent, where does the mind come from? Then you have to ask question, where does baby mind coming from? These are questionable, These are dharma kriti said we have to have to prove like this. Recognize all sentient beings the mother, So then if you believe, then recognize all sentient beings the mother, then it is easy remembering kindness of mother. Then repaying, and then great love, great compassion, extraordinary mind. Then bodhicitta mind. This is the 6 causes bodhicitta mind. Now another is 4, right? Exchanging oneself to other. So that is first we have to think many disadvantages of the self-cherishing and many advantages of the cherishing other. Second, actual practice. Second is equalizing oneself with other. Third, actual practice of the changing oneself to other. Fourth, giving and taking meditation. So these are the 2 units, bodhicitta. So we have to meditate. First we have to meditate on the equanimity, okay? So are you guys ready? So I will read and you guys will meditate, okay? Now equanimity meditation, okay? So I will read and you guys meditate. Meditation on equanimity is Nama Tongabad. Since beginningless time, my mind has been tempted by the evil influence of the partially toward my fellow beings, of the attachment to those who are temporarily benefit me, and of hatred toward those whom I regard as my enemy. Under the temptation of such harmful state of mind, I have accumulated an immeasurable amount of non-virtuous karma. As a result of this, I have undergone unimaginable suffering by being reborn in the lower realms of the countless aeons. Even though I have received such a happy, precious rebirth, those troublesome thoughts never allow me to rest in a peace. If I look closely, I can trace most of the unhappiness that I experience in this life to this life harmful thoughts. If I look closely, I can trace most of the unhappiness that I experience in this life to these harmful thoughts of partiality. Moreover, if I do not recognize how much suffering this has brought me and carelessly allow my mind to remain under the influence of this temptation, how mindless I will be. If I examine why I hate who cause me trouble, I will realize that it is because I think they cause me suffering. This thought is based on totally false view. How can I rely on it? Whatever suffering I experience is not the creation of my fellow beings, but it is the manifestation of my non-virtuous karma. Why should I therefore feel hatred toward them? It should feel pity for them instead, because they are powerlessly gone by the force of my own non-virtuous karma. From my point of view, I should treat them all equally, because those whom I dislike at present have also been my dearest friends countless times, and those to whom I have attached have also been my bitter enemies. From their point of view, they all equally desire happiness and shun unhappiness. O my Guru Shakyamuni, please bestow the blessing of your compassion and wisdom on me, so that I may gain the realization of equanimity toward all my fellow beings. Meditation on recognizing all beings Mother. So this is number one now. Equanimity finish, right? Mother naturally always have a strong feeling of love for their children, no matter whether they are humans or animals. When I honestly think of how much kindness my mother has given me, I naturally feel strong love for her. She always thinks of me as her only child. There is no single sentient being who has not been my mother. If I examine the fact that I have been born in the cycle of existence since the beginningless time, I will see that there is not one kind of place left where I have not taken rebirth, and there is not one kind of rebirth that I have not taken. The number of times that each and every sentient being has been my mother is beyond estimation. The only reason why I do not have the same feeling towards others as I do towards my mother of this life is that I do not remember my past life when they were my mother, but they were still my mothers. How can I discriminate between one who became my mother in this life and those who were my mother in the previous life? For me, there is no difference between the mother who brought me up in this life and the mother who brought me up in previous life. Thus, I should regard all beings as my mother, should maintain a loving mind toward them all as I do towards my present mother. O my Guru Shakyamuni, please bestow the blessing of your great kindness and wisdom on me, so that I may achieve the realization that all beings are my mother. Meditation on remembering the kindness of all beings. The kindness that I have received from my mother, even within this life, is incredible. If I honestly open my mind toward it, it is natural to a mother who always think of the happiness of their children. When their child is born, mother feels even happier than if they had found a priceless, precious jewel. They totally sacrifice their life to the care of their children. They experience much more sorrow. When they find their children even little unwell, then if they were seriously sick themselves, they experience extreme happiness whenever they find their child is happy, even when they themselves are not well. When I was a child, I was helplessly dependent on my mother. Let me imagine how I would be know if she had neglected me, then I was not even able to distinguish between poison and proper food. My mother totally sacrificed her life to protect me from every danger and provided me with all that was necessary to nourish me and bring me up. She did this in every possible way according to her ability. I owe all the happiness I have a present to her. Even as I was growing up, she was always concerned with my education and livelihood. I received the same kindness from each and every sentient being when they became my mother. They sacrificed their whole life, their energy to my happiness. I should always remind myself of the incredible kindness I have received from the sentient beings, who have all been my dear mother. O Guru Shakyamuni, please bestow your kindness, wisdom on me, so that I may always remember the kindness of all beings my mother. Now meditation on repaying kindness, meditation on great compassion, great love, extraordinary, are contained with the practice of exchanging oneself to others. You don't have to do separate. You know what I mean? First, equanimity, recognize all sentient beings as mother, repaying the kindness of mother. Then 4, you don't have to do separate. You can go with exchanging oneself to others, content, loving kindness, extraordinary compassion. So you don't have to do separate. Exchanging oneself to others. So exchanging oneself to others, right? So first, what do you have to do? We have to think many disadvantages of self-judging and many advantages of judging others, number 1. Number 2, then equalizing oneself with the other. Number 3, actual practice. Now you switch off. Actual practice is switch off. Switch off means now you recognize self-judging bringing me many suffering. Now I have to switch off that. Judging others bring more. Switch off that. The actual way of exchanging oneself to others, and then giving and taking meditation. So that is second. Now meditation on oneself with others. Okay, so now I will read and you guys meditate. Okay. All sentient beings, this is Lama Tsongkhapa's teaching. My dear mother, father, brother, sister, friend, countless times, and they have all equally kind to me. All the happiness I have ever had in the past, have now, and will have in the future is due to the only kindness of my fellow beings. Yet, I have been cherishing only myself and neglecting others since the beginningless time. What could I achieve with my selfish attitude? Nothing but endless suffering. Under the influence of inner demon of my self-cherishing thought, I have accumulated immeasurable negative karma. As a result, I have been born in hell again and been tortured by unbearable suffering. Now, however, I have fortunately been able to obtain precious human rebirth, which provide me with incredible ability to judge what is right or wrong for myself and others. If I waste such abilities and allow myself to be influenced by my self-cherishing demon, then soon when death comes, I will fall again in immeasurable misery of the lower realm. Unless I subdue this evil demon, I will hardly be able to achieve happiness for myself. Not to mention that I will be unable to fulfill the benefit of others. There is no difference between myself and others. That we all equally want happiness, and even small discomfort and happiness. Insatiable thirst of happiness. Therefore, all sentient beings are equal to me from their point of view, because they shun suffering and desire happiness just as I do. From my point of view, they are all equal to me, because all sentient beings have been equally kind to me. I should equalize myself with all Mother Earth. Whatever suffering I experience arises from nowhere else but the evil thought of self-cherishing. Whatever happiness I have gained is due to the loving mind towards the other. If I look at the difference between myself, who has been cherishing only myself, and those enlightened ones who have been cherishing others, it is very clear to see how many self-cherishing thoughts fool and deceive me, and how the thought of cherishing others can awaken me from my ignorance and give me limitless happiness. I shall remind myself of the incredible kindness that I receive from all sentient beings. They are not only kind to me when they are my parents, relatives, friends, but they have also been kind to me wherever I take rebirth, wherever I live, wherever I go. All my happiness is entirely due to the kindness of others. Not only is the happiness that I achieve while in samsara due to their kindness, but achieving the highest happiness beyond samsara, enlightenment, also depends entirely upon the kindness of other sentient beings. I shall always show respect to them as I do my spiritual guide, the Shakyamuni. I have now obtained the precious human rebirth. how is me if I neglect how mindless I will be. Guru Shakyamuni, please bestow your great compassion, wisdom upon me, that I can liberate all my mother beings from endless suffering by their upon myself, giving them all my happiness. So giving and taking meditation. Happiness. That is analytical meditation. Huh? Now this conventional Buddhist mind, right? Conventional Buddhist mind means if I make summary, like if you want go by one, right? Equanimity go like this. Recognize being the mother, remember kind of the mother, then go to the equalizing oneself to other, and thinking many disadvantage and actual practice. This is all detailed, right? If you want make summary, what is conventional Buddhist mind means? Conventional Buddhist mind is mind with desire to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Conventional Buddhist mind is combined with two aspirations. Aspirations for myself, yourself, aspirations for others. Two aspirations. Myself, what I want enlightenment. How can you get enlightenment? From others. Aspirations of myself and aspirations of others. This combination of these two is conventional Buddhist mind. Desire to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings with these two aspirations. Your aspiration is enlightenment. How can you achieve enlightenment? Because of other aspirations of other. The combination of these two is conventional Buddhist mind. So that Buddhist mind analytical meditation, right? Now at your heart, turn into the moon, full moon, wide, bright moon. And then you can concentrate with a single pointedly. Can you do this? Now that turn into the moon and then you will concentrate that conventional first. So that is moon is symbol of the your conventional bodhicitta mind. Now moon is here, right? At your heart. On top of moon, you keep the moon here, right? On top of moon. Then we have to visualize white Vajra with the 5 peaks. Usually Vajra with the 5 peaks. That is symbol of the emptiness, which ultimate bodhicitta mind. Now, first meditation on emptiness, analytical meditation. So first what we have to think is, we have to think like this. All products are impermanent. All contaminant actions are natural suffering. All phenomena are empty and selflessness. Nirvana alone is peace. You have to think this. First, all products are impermanent. So this will show you cause and effect, dependent arising. All products are impermanent because they are temporary. They are temporary phenomena, right? They are temporary phenomena because they depend on the cause and condition. So depending on the cause and the condition, it's changing all the time. Impermanent. All products are impermanent. All contaminant actions are nature of suffering. So now you have understanding of the impermanence. Growth impermanence, subtle impermanence. All products are impermanence means mainly we have to think about subtle impermanence. Growth impermanence, very easy to recognize. We see house, ruin, everything. These are very easy. But subtle impermanence is very difficult to recognize. So subtle impermanence means as soon as start, it is disintegrating. We used to say like this, things are coming, remaining and departing. There is no like this in the subtle impermanence. As soon as it comes, its nature is disintegrating all the time, like this. Finger snap. This finger snap, if you do like this, 65 snaps. This, like this. Monastery, we have to 65 snap like this. This is shortest. So, subtle impermanence means no coming, no remaining, no departure. Growth impermanence, you see things there, remain little while and disintegrating. Easy to recognize. But subtle impermanence, there is no something we say coming, remaining, and departure. As soon as it is start, it is nature disintegrating all the time. So this is very difficult to recognize. If you recognize that kind of impermanence, help you to understand the karma, law of cause and effect. Conventional reality, in ultimate reality. To understand ultimate reality, we have to understand conventional reality. Conventional reality means law of cause and effect, karma. On the basis of this understanding impermanence, you will easy to understand the karma, all the contaminant of the nature of suffering. So that means if something is produced by karma and afflict emotions, its nature is suffering. There is no lasting peace. All if something is polluted by the karma and delusion, right? Its nature is temporary happiness. It finally turns into the suffering. It changes into the suffering, no matter, It is because it is polluted by ignorance and karma. So when you realize something, how can I remove from this karma? When it is produced by karma and affected with emotions, right? Everything nature is not good. There is a temporary, but all are turned into the pain and suffering. No matter what kind of happiness in this material life, all finally change into suffering. Because it is produced by karma and afflictive emotions. So once you realize, oh, I really want lasting happiness, then what I should do? Move to the third one. All phenomena empty and selfless. Then go to the emptiness. Now emptiness, we are talking about emptiness of the mother. These are we call the four seals. All products are impermanent. All contaminants are nature of suffering. All phenomena are empty and selfless. Nirvana alone is peace, is accepted by all the Buddhist school, Theravada school, Mahayana school. Everybody accepts it. But everybody speaks their own way of emptiness. Right? Vipassana speak their way of emptiness. Sutantika speak mind only school, autonomy, and Madhyamika Patanjali school. So we are not talking about this. Go with the Patanjali school. Patanjali school. Now Patanjali school, we have to meditate. All phenomena are empty. Selflessness. We are talking about two types of emptiness. Emptiness of person and emptiness of phenomena. So you, me, I, me, empty of inner existence. My aggregates, feeling, recognition, compositional factor, all are phenomena belong to me. My feeling, my recognition, my body, everything is phenomena. So there are two, right? Person and phenomena. So there are two base. There are only two types of emptiness. Emptiness of person and emptiness of phenomena. So when you now, in order to meditate on the emptiness, right? First, analytical meditation. What is the most important point for meditating on emptiness? Number one, we have to really recognize this false view of transitory collection or the inherent existence self. We have to recognize clearly. You can pinpoint like this. In normal time, no problem. I sit like this, no problem. If somebody said to me, "You are a thief," if somebody said to me, then my self-grasping, very strong grasping on the self, and I am not thief. What kind of I appears to your mind? When I'm eating, when I'm walking, what kind of I appears to your mind? When somebody criticizes you, what kind of I appears to your mind? Normal time, you don't worry. But in order to recognize that misconception, false view, transitory collection, or we can say the inherent existence, self, object of negation, very clearly. So when you say, I'm eating, I'm meditating, I'm walking, you analyze what kind of I appears to your mind. It appears something independently, something separate from your body and mind. That kind of my mind, my body. hand belongs to me. It appears separate, independent, totally independent. So when you have strong grasping, appears to your mind, then you have best opportunity to pinpoint that misconception of yourself. When you clearly pinpoint, recognize, then you recognizing first recognize. Don't negate first, right? We're doing analytical meditation. Now do you recognize this misconception inherent self very clearly? Then you analyze 2 points. If inherent existence should exist one with the body or totally separate from the body. Now you are analytical meditation. So then if one with the body, then what happened? Your mind and body should be one. Not one, different. Right? There's problem. It is totally separate from the aggregates. Then what? You cannot say my feeling, my recognition, this belongs to me. No, totally separate. These two analytical meditation, right? If inherent existence exists, it should be one with the aggregate or the totally separate from aggregates. Through this analytical meditation, then you realize there is no inherent existence that exists. Because if exists, it should be exist with the one with aggregate or totally separate from them. There is no third way to exist this inherent existence. So you make conclusion. So that means all the phenomena appear to us. Everything appears, we do something, walking, talking, eating, but when we analyze, we cannot find them. Something we're doing all the time, right? Walking, talking, or meditating. But if we analyze, we cannot find them. So that means walking, talking, something do exist. But through analytical analyzing, it disappears. It disappears means not not totally negating. Something do exist is conventional. Through analytical, you cannot find. So that means absence of independent existence. Then it comes into the middle way. If you analyze yourself from your top to the feet, you cannot find yourself. You disintegrate. But you do exist. How you exist? You exist because designated by the mind, merely labeled by the mind. And some does not exist side of the object. Things do exist, but through analyzing, it disappears. It's not nihilism. Disappear means, so now you negate the inherent existence self, make that empty, and then you talking, walking, which is conventional self, and then that is not nihilism and absolutism. You understand what I'm saying? So when you meditate on emptiness, now you meditate on emptiness, and then this later we will turn that into the Vajra white vajra with 5 peaks on top of the moon. So then that is the symbol of the ultimate truth. Okay? We do meditation. First we will recognize this inherent existence self. Now you analyze the inherent existence that it one with the body or totally separate from the body. If one with the body, then mind and body should be one. If totally separate from the aggregate, then there's no relationship with your aggregate. So therefore, there's no third way to exist this self. So now you negate and you totally make conclusion. Inherent existence that does not exist through analytical meditation. So now you negate the inherent existence self. You can empty your inherent existence. Now that empty of inherent existence self is the ultimate truth of the conversion of Buddhist mind. You can transform that into the white vajra with a 5 point on top of the moon. And then single-pointedly concentrate. So this is called the meditation of the yoga of mind generating orb. His Holiness is very, very good. You can do this twice. Okay, finish.